Good Saturday morning, DeFi Nation. Good Saturday morning, Energy community. This is our weekly Zoom, and it is going to be an action-packed Zoom. I think today's Zoom is going to be a little shorter than most of them, so that'll be really good because we've really got things dialed in, and things are starting to come together very, very, very nicely. Here's what I want everybody to do. We got to show the world just how strong DeFi Nation is, guys. We've got to show the world how strong energy community is. So what I want you guys to do out there, I want you to turn on your cameras. I want you to go off mute for a second, give the world a wave, and just say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. And I'll start, guys. Good morning from Kansas.
Good morning from Oklahoma.
All
Good
right.
morning from California.
Carol from Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
Texas, nice and hot.
Texas. All right. In the house. Come on, we have more people. Guys, turn on your camera.
Okay, you want to do that?
No, sign your papers. They're going to be here an hour.
Turn on your cameras, guys. Give
Hello from Washington State.
Washington State. All right. Who else we got on here? Come on, guys. We got a lot of people on here that aren't turning on the camera. We ain't gonna start until you guys turn on your camera and give the world a shout. You gotta show them what nation is. Come on, guys.
Costa Rica, guys. Rainy.
Costa Rica. All right. Come on.
Costa Rica, you got room for two to visit?
Costa Rica is a beautiful place. I know we got we've got international people on here from Africa. We've got Australia, New Zealand. So we've got people from
Hello from Lesotho, Africa. How's it?
Hey, I'm
from Africa, representing Africa today. Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. All right, guys, we'll get started. We got a bunch of shy people on this morning that are just stubborn. Oh, there's some people still popping up, giving us a wave. Great.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, guys. Here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about energy. We're going to talk about our technology that we have. We're going to talk about the opportunity that you have in front of you right now. Out now. If you'll do me a favor, let me go ahead and just mute everybody. We gotta pull it up here. If I can find it. Okay, just do me a favor and mute yourself out, guys. Okay, so this webinar, this Zoom, guys, is entitled, Will you be crying? Will you have tears of joy or tears of regret? Now, when we look back through life, right? We look back through life, we realize so many missed opportunities. I want you guys, again, maybe turn your cameras on, give us a raise your hand. How many of you guys have tears of regret because you heard about Bitcoin early on, but you didn't take action? How many people have tears of regret that they heard about Bitcoin early on, didn't take action? Guys, I heard about Bitcoin when it was under $100, okay? I think, you may have heard about Bitcoin when it was under $100. You may have heard about it when it was under 1,000. You may have heard about it when it was 3,000. But I think we can all agree that we have tears of regret that we didn't take action on Bitcoin. Then we look at stocks. How many guys have tears of regret that you didn't take action and buy Amazon stock back in 2000, back in the turn of the millennium, right? When Amazon first came out. Guys, you could have got Amazon stock for $5 a share. Today, it's up over $3,000 a share. How many of you guys have tears of regret that you didn't take action and buy Nike stock when it first came out? Nike is one of the best performing stocks that is ever out there. In fact, most people don't realize, but from inception, Guys, back it launched mid to late 80s on the stock market. You could have got Nike at 2 cents a share. It's went up 630,000% or something like that. 630,000%. It's crazy. How many of you guys have tears of regret that you didn't take action on Berkshire Hathaway stock when it first came out, right? It came out back in the 80s. It came out around $400. I mean, there was plenty of opportunity to get involved along the way at 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or even 10,000. Today, Berkshire Hathaway is up over $400,000 a share. Okay. So my point is you have these opportunities along in life, and these are opportunities that can really impact and just completely change somebody's life. And guys, we are living in chaotic times right now in the world. There is no denying that. From the pandemic to what's happening in Afghanistan. Guys, my prayers go out to you guys over in Afghanistan, all the Afghanistan people. I know we have people in our community that are in the Middle East. I know we have people just from all over the world. But in these chaotic times, you guys have to take control, and you've got to be able to really protect your family. You know, you're not going to be able to control what's going on in the world. I want you to understand that. We don't have any control of those factors. But what we have a control of is our own life and our own decisions. So if ever there's a time for you to take control and protect your family's really financial future, guys, and financial life, right now is the time to do it, right? We're living in these chaotic times. We don't know what's going to happen in the world. The money value, they keep printing more money. The prices keep skyrocketing up. All we know is we can control what we can control. And so I'm going to show you guys how you guys can take control and get involved in what we believe is really going to be that next really big thing. And I think it could be even bigger than any of the other things that I mentioned, guys, than any of those cryptocurrencies or companies or whatnot that I mentioned before. You know, this is really an exceptional time. So you have a choice right now. I'm going to tell you, we're coming out strong. Guys, we have a new technology and a new marketplace that's getting ready to be unveiled October 1st. Right now, you have the opportunity to be able to get this asset that really has tremendous upside. Now, I'm not saying there's a guarantee it's going up. I want to make that clear. But you have the opportunity to get an asset that has tremendous upside and really take control. So I'm going to tell you, we revisit this in a in a year from now, in a few months from now, in a few weeks from now. Don't come back and let me tell you, you know, I told you so. Because right now you have that opportunity. You're either going to be crying tears of regret, or you're going to be crying tears of joy. You're going to understand why. Guys, this technology that we have is so exceptional. We actually filed for a patent on this technology. The cryptocurrency NRGY is unlike anything else. There's nothing else like NRGY out there. It's truly, truly decentralized. It is for the community. It's by the people. It's for the people. There is no owner of NRGY. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. So I want to talk about, let me go ahead and just give you the key points of NRGY if you're new here. Guys, NRGY was deployed about, guys, I forget what week we're in. I think 27, 28 weeks ago. It was deployed at the end of February. And it's really only been out a few weeks. And we've seen, you know, NRGY shoot up on really excitement. We've seen that pull back, and now we've kind of seen it round in that corner to go on its next, you know, its next run up. But the thing that separates NRGY about anything else, guys, is really about 4 key points. One, it was deployed fairly and honestly and ethically. with integrity. That's a really big thing in today's day and age. What do I mean by that? It was deployed in the same fashion that Satoshi Nakamoto deployed Bitcoin. In fact, some members of our community refer to NRGY as the Bitcoin of DeFi because it is that exceptional. In today's day and age in cryptocurrency, most cryptocurrencies have somewhat of a centralized structure, and usually there's a developer cut or a pre-mined supply that people keep, or there's a bunch of airdrop influencer coins that are given away. NRGY doesn't have any of that. NRGY has no developer cut. There's no pre-mined supply. There's no influencer coins that were given to anyone. Everybody that owns NRGY actually put money into the liquidity pool on Uniswap, which acts much like a decentralized bank. And you'll learn about that here as we go. But, you know, everybody has skin in the game. Now, I know people say, well, you always are doing these Zooms for us. You know, why are you doing the Zoom if it's totally decentralized? Well, that's a really simple explanation, guys. When we deployed NRGY, we relinquished all control. However, we had an advantage, same advantage that Satoshi had, right? And same advantage that all early adopters, same advantage you guys have right now. And it's the fact that we were the first to be able to own it, okay? A lot of people don't realize, but Satoshi Nakamoto still has 1 million Bitcoin locked up in a wallet that he has, okay? So we were the first ones to be able to go purchase it and put our money up. Means that we have a lot of energy. And because we have a lot of energy, we have a vested interest in building on the NRGY platform. So we have developers that are building, our own development team that are building decentralized applications, but we also have other members of our community that are also building applications upon the platform as well. NRGY is completely fair and honest. Number two, it's an elastic supply. What's that mean? A lot of coins, they just keep producing this endless reward in the DeFi market. DeFi stands for decentralized finance. What's DeFi? It's a play on words. We're taking the power away from the centralized banking system that has held people down for too long, okay? But a lot of coins in the DeFi market are just producing this rapid reward right now, right? They're trying to make it look great because DeFi is hot. What makes NRGY so valuable is it only produces a reward when new liquidity comes into the staking contract. That makes it extremely valuable because other coins that produce this endless reward and guarantee a certain percentage per year, you know, for staking their coin, if there's no new liquidity coming in, they're really just devaluing their coin. And that's the beauty about NRGY, is it has what's called an elastic supply. There are weeks that the reward is higher. This week is one of them. And there's weeks that the reward is lower. But on weeks that the reward is lower, it's not a bad thing because what happens is less coins enter into circulation. Even if every single coin was minted in NRGY, guys, there would still be less than 4.4 million. So it's a very extremely limited supply. And there's only about 110,000 coins that are currently in circulation. Extremely, extremely, extremely limited supply, okay? The third thing, NRGY was deployed on the IPFS, what's called the IPFS, Interplanetary File System. What's that mean? It means that there is no centralized plug. This is truly decentralized. There's no centralized plug that you can pull with NRGY. When we deployed it on the IPFS, it is completely unstoppable. Why? Because the interplanetary file system is peer-to-peer data sharing. So the data can be pulled from multiple different places. It's not pulled from a centralized server. It's not hosted on a centralized server like a lot of coins are. And that's a really big thing, you know. I think we all know the power of decentralization. It keeps opinions and bias out of things, and it just makes things fair and honest, decentralization. And the last thing is when you put your money into NRGY, and this is the beautiful thing, when you put your money into NRGY, you're not giving it to a company. You're not even at the mercy of a centralized exchange. Your money goes into the liquidity pool on Uniswap, which can be removed at any time. Now, the value of, you know, it goes in the form of a smart contract. The value of that smart contract can change. It can go up or down, but you have full control of your money. You can pull it out at any time. You can add to it if you want to. I mean, It's a beautiful thing. You have 100% full control of your money. And really, that's the most powerful thing about energy, is that you're not at the mercy of any company. You're not at the mercy of any centralized exchange, and you're not at the mercy of any world government. And that's a powerful, powerful, powerful thing. So that's energy. But what we have done, guys, is we have this technology that we built. You know, you hear the saying that sometimes you find the opportunity, sometimes opportunity finds you. Well, we built this technology. We didn't even realize how powerful it was. We built this DApp, this decentralized application. That's what a DApp is. This decentralized application is called Star Stake for musicians, right? Which we're still having that for musicians as well. But we really built it for musicians, so we could really change the music industry and make it fair to where people could stake in both current stars and future stars of tomorrow. And, you know, artists could get paid for their music and they could make more music and whatnot. But this technology that we developed was called Infinity NFTs, where multiple people can own an NFT. They can have a stake in that NFT. And they produce royalties from licensing contracts. And so when we produced this with Star Stake, we had businesses that were actually reaching out to us and saying, can you do an Infinity NFT for us? And it just dawned on us. We took a step back and we realized, oh my gosh, we've got this technology that can really change the world. This is really the dawn of a new financial market, guys. This Infinity NFT can be applied to any intellectual property. And if you don't know what intellectual property is, guys, you may have kind of a clue. You might be thinking, oh, it's a patented. It doesn't have to be patented. It's just something unique and specific to a business or an artist. Or guys, this is a trillion dollar over $1 trillion industry. It's that big. And this technology allows people to earn royalties, and it opens up opportunities for artists and musicians and businesses in every sector. And this technology, I really believe, is going to truly change the world. This is really the dawn of a new financial market. Let me just give you some quick examples. Some examples of Infinity NFTs, guys, and let me go ahead and share my screen. Examples of Infinity NFTs. Got to pull it up here. It can be applied in the music business, digital education, podcasts, videos, real estate IP, physical products, information products, literature, intellectual property, art, science, and sports. And I like to give people some examples just so we can get their wheels turning a little bit, right? Guys, think about this. Not only can musicians do Infinity NFTs, what about a restaurant? A restaurant that has a recipe, that's their intellectual property. And they can do an INFT on a recipe. And every time that recipe is used to serve that dish in their restaurant, it produces a royalty for Infinity NFT owners. What about a pharmaceutical company that has a brand new breakthrough medication? Now they can do an Infinity NFT, and every time that medication is prescribed, it unlocks royalties to the Infinity NFT owners. Maybe there's a supplement company. Maybe it's same way as a pharmaceutical company. Maybe it's one of those has seen on TV products. You know, you see those infomercials, the pillows or the insoles that you put in your shoes and align your spine or whatever it may be, or those things that unclog your drain. I mean, there's also so many cool products. All those are intellectual property. What if every time one of those products was sold, it generated a royalty for the Infinity NFT owners of that? What if it was a doctor who had a special procedure that he does, or a chiropractor, a special procedure he does, it's intellectual, or he or she, I should say, and it's intellectual property. And every time that procedure is performed, it generates a royalty for the Infinity NFT owners. Guys, this is the power of what we have. This is every business and well, you could walk down the street and you would just realize that intellectual property lies in every business sector. So imagine when there's this new marketplace, right, where people can now buy in Infinity NFTs, they can now stake in them, and now they can earn these royalties from these businesses. Guys, that's a really, really big thing. And one thing I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to play Chris. Chris did a video. We're going to play his video. He did it last night. And he's going to explain to you the power of Infinity NFTs versus traditional NFTs. And by the way, if you're new and you don't know what NFT stands for, it stands for non-fungible token. Okay? Infinity NFTs, this technology that is exclusive to NRGY, is much, much different. And it's a lot more powerful, guys. And what is the advantage to all this, though, with NRGY? Well, let me tell you. If you're an NRGY staker, okay, when the marketplace comes out, people are going to be able to take and purchase and stake individual Infinity NFTs, and they're going to earn royalty income from that NFT. They're going to earn royalty income. But if you stake NRGY, you get to earn on the entire ecosystem. You get to earn on all the Infinity NFTs, and you get to earn on all the decentralized applications. That's the opportunity you have right now. Now, a coin that does that, how in demand do you think a coin that produces cash flow for having it is going to be? Well, you're going to have to make that call. But when I talk about crying tears of regret or tears of joy, this is what I'm talking about. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let Chris tell you about the Infinity NFTs. So here we go, guys.
Hey, it's Chris Hawk. So I want to talk about NFTs, and more importantly, I want to talk about Infinity NFTs and their place in the world. And I know a lot of you watching this are like, Chris, I don't even know what NFT means. What is this non-fungible token mumbo jumbo that everybody's talking about and posting about and digitizing, tokenizing things? Trust me, I didn't know what NFTs were 6 months ago. Heck, I didn't even know the power of blockchain a year and a half ago. And so I want to have this discussion because I've been working very hard and developing the technology behind Infinity NFTs and putting together some of the infrastructure and the financial systems behind this. And I thought it was really important to try to explain to you NFTs and Infinity NFTs and why they're important to our way of life moving forward. It may not seem like it today. It may seem like a fad. It may seem like this thing that people are crazy in the head. And it may not make sense to you, but when you truly understand the power of not only what this technology can do, but where we are in the progress of the internet, right? And so we'll start with that. Before we even get into NFTs, look at the internet today. What is there so much of? There's so much content. There's so much intellectual property that is online now, to where the point is there's so much for free. We should be thanking ourselves, be blessed to be living in today's era where we can find information on anything just about for free. I can go to YouTube and learn how to crochet tomorrow. I could learn how to shoot a gun. I could learn how to throw axes. I could learn how to do just about anything on YouTube, good or bad. It's there. So there is no shortage of intellectual property and information, art, music, video, you name it. It's all there, right? It's all right in front of us. But here's the thing is how do people make a living with this? How do you protect that? How do you sell that? How do you build a business off of that? And we've seen things come across like, okay, if you're a professional in an industry, you could create a course, you could monetize your information by selling that information through courses and training and so forth and coaching and all those types of mediums. We saw that explode, huge multi-billion-dollar industry right there, which is amazing, right? Like now you can learn anything and you can actually hire professionals to teach you without going to a college or an academy to do that. So you're seeing that, you're seeing artists basically, I guess you would say, you're seeing artists become available for the first time. You're seeing their music through Spotify and some of these places. However, because their music is available, because they're out there on social media available to you to interact with, it has become increasingly difficult for them to monetize their art, their music. Where record labels kind of own that industry, times have changed. So music is very specific. Video, YouTubers, right, are reliant on advertising revenues of the platforms in which they host their media to be able to make a living, or sponsorships, or whatever sideline ways. They're not actually paid for creating good content. It's the byproduct of creating good content. You create great content on YouTube, hopefully people like it, they subscribe, YouTube says, hey, you got a lot of viewers, we're gonna give you a piece of the ad revenue to those videos, right? Sponsors say, hey, we want you to talk about our products because you got 1 million viewers every time a video is played. It's hard to get rich off that model, but it's there, okay? And so we're at a crossroads here where we have all this abundance of great information, amazing intellectual property across the board. So how do you protect it? How do you sell it? How do you make money or invest in that? That's the next evolution. And so that's where NFTs have come into play. NFT are non-fungible tokens. It really brings up the idea of saying, hey, I have a picture, I have a piece of music, I have something that I created digitally online, and I want to sell that. And I want to guarantee there's only 5 of these available. And so perhaps if you create a sketch, I could create a sketch right now, it'd be awful because I can't draw, but I could create a non-fungible token which says, hey, there's only 5 of these or 1 of these available, right? And it's $100. If you want this ugly sketch, you can pay $100 for it. And if you like it, and you could sell it to somebody else and make 100 or more, whatever you want to sell, just like a piece of physical art, okay? But now because of non-fungible tokens, when you tokenize this intellectual property, it goes onto blockchain. Thank goodness for blockchain and cryptography, right? So you can certify that it's the only one. You can guarantee ownership, whoever that owner is. It's very clear, right? You have the certificate that says that you own this sketch, and you could transfer that to someone else. And so this all happens. You don't have to go through some other third party, some company or what have you. It can all be done online through blockchain, cryptography, all these great decentralized apps that exist. It gives us the opportunity to do that. So here's the rub, is you might be asking yourself, because I asked myself the same question, well, why can't I just take a screenshot of your sketch and then I have it? Why would I pay $100 for that? And that's very true. Now, I'm the king of screenshots. I screenshot everything. I see something I like, I screenshot it. I don't even know what I do with them, but I have them, right? Because I think they're cool. But it doesn't mean I own them. I can go to the art gallery and take a picture of the Mona Lisa, but it doesn't mean I own it, right? I could take a picture of a Ferrari, but it doesn't mean I own the Ferrari. Does that make sense? So the importance here is you can actually own the original in a digital format for the first time. Yes, people can take screenshots, and you want them to take screenshots of that stuff because then it gets more popular and people are like, man, I want the original of that thing. How do I get that? Because I bet it's worth a lot of money, right? Because it becomes popular, it becomes an asset that people want. It becomes something that's out there and people that they see and they want, right? So that's okay. Screenshots and those things are okay. But now you can own the NFT, which certifies you own the original, 1 of 1, 1 of 5, 1 of 100, whatever it is. And you could actually hold on to that for years and years and years. And if I become the next Picasso, then that could be worth some money. Probably not, but it's possible. Right? You can do that with just about anything. And so I could go online and create an NFT on anything and try to sell it. Doesn't mean everybody's going to buy it, right? It's not instantly like, okay, I can just start posting pictures and people are going to want to buy my art and it's going to go for millions of dollars. No, it's not going to happen. Maybe over time that could be if you create great work and you become a professional in that space. It is possible, but at least this is a great way for you to monetize your work. All right, so that's NFTs. Now, INFTs are a different animal. And this is something where it's been a passion project of mine because I've built companies and I've helped different intellectual property owners build their businesses, and it is very difficult. But this offers a way to bridge the gap between the fans that exist, the consumers that buy stuff, right, and us, some of the ones that create the stuff. And how do we bridge the gap between somebody who uses it and shares it and somebody who gets the benefit of helping that person or that brand or that product owner? How do we help them succeed? Okay, so I'll give you an example, because all an infinity NFT is, now that you know what an NFT, it's a non-fungible token. It's a way to tokenize intellectual property to guarantee ownership, set a limited quantity if that's what you want, and that's it. Now, an Infinity NFT is basically just an NFT that accesses a staking contract to receive royalties on that intellectual property. I'll say that again. An Infinity NFT is just an NFT that accesses a staking contract, meaning you can stake in that intellectual property to be able to receive royalties on the intellectual property. So it's not just about the picture, but now if I go, say I created an NFT for my ugly sketch, and instead of you buying the NFT, you bought the Infinity NFT, which means you can still get the sketch, okay? And there still can be a limited quantity, but probably not, but there can be. But if I went on to take that sketch and I use that sketch in advertisements and websites, if it was used in commercials, if it was used in selling to some of these licensing sites like iStock Photo or Shutterstock or what have you, some of that licensing revenue I would share with you because you have a licensing contract built into the Infinity NFT or the royalties contract. Okay, so not only do you own and can have a piece of that intellectual property, but you can get a piece of all the future revenue that comes from my ugly sketch. Okay, so how cool is that? So now translate that into the opportunity that exists for a YouTube channel or a podcast or a musician. Think about that. My fiance is a musician. She's a pop star in Asia. She's amazing. She's got amazing music and her vocals are unbelievable, right? And then COVID hit and the whole industry just kind of went, right? But now Infinity NFTs allows her to take her new song that she just came out with, create an Infinity NFT, right? And she can send all her fans to this Infinity NFT profile and say, hey, grab my song, grab the Infinity NFT for my song. You can get the song, you can get a special edition if you stake $5. If you stake $100, I'll give you autograph cover art, whatever she wants to give with that. But then if that song goes on to be on the radio, if it's #1, if she's in commercials, if she gets movie deals from that song, whatever's in that royalty contract, because you staked her song, you get a piece of her future success from that song. And it could include merchandise, whatever. So the power for her is now these stakeholders can help fund her dream, her passion, that helps her monetize her music so she can make more great music. And the fans that believe in her, the fans that love listening to her song can then go out there and share, hey, did you hear Shang's new hit single? You got to check it out. Grab her Infinity NFT, right? It's a great investment. She's going places, right? And if she's already famous, which she is, they'll already see the value in that and they want to buy that, right? And so it gives people a great opportunity to stake in the future success of some of these digital assets. A YouTube channel is another great example, okay? Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen so many great YouTube videos and I'm like, I look at how many subscribers or views they have and it says like 30 views. You know, I know my videos, I put them up and I think they're great, but you know, maybe I'll have 50 views, 100 views, maybe 1,000 if I'm lucky. And you're just like, man, that's such great content. Why aren't they getting 1 million+ views? Well, it's hard to get those kinds of views. You need supporters. And so if you find a great piece of content on YouTube and you say, wow, this YouTuber is amazing, I want to stake $100 in their INFT. So you could stake in their YouTube INFT, and that $100 helps pay them, it helps them do better work, grow and scale and create more followers, whatever they're going to do. And if that YouTube channel then goes on to make advertising revenues or sells merchandise, whatever they do, whatever licensing revenue is built into the contract, okay, whatever's built into there, you can get a piece of that in their future success. How cool is that? You could even get a piece of all the staking of all the fans. So it really bridges the gap between the people that consume this content, use this content or products, it could be physical products too, and the creators themselves, and it helps fund them without having to use centralized parties like your typical Sony records, if you will, or some of these record labels and music and all of that. So Infinity NFTs are just NFTs, okay, that allow you to access royalties through staking contracts. And it's been an amazing journey, guys. It's been so fun for me to say, okay, we've been talking to movie deals, we've been talking to musicians, we have a gentleman who owns the patents on creating a floating city in the Middle East, and so they've already built these floating villas and some of this technology already on the Burj out there. It's unbelievable. I want one. But instead of investing in the actual property itself, I think they start at like 7 million, I can buy the Infinity. I could stake in the Infinity NFT for the technology to build those villas, to build the floating city. So instead of just making money off investing off one property, I can hold a stake in the technology itself, the intellectual property, and get a piece of all the properties. The whole entire city, right? And me as an investor, that's a great investment. I want to invest in intellectual property, right? Just like you might invest in Apple computers, and you might invest in Apple and you can get a piece of, if that stock grows as Apple produces more and more revenue. You know, you don't get a piece of their revenue, but if they are successful, you can become successful too. So this way we can do that on a micro level. We can do that with YouTubers, podcasters, artists, musicians, beauty companies. We've got a beauty company we're talking to, you know, for beauty products. So the great thing is some of these companies already have revenues. So when you stake into their intellectual property, when they make product sales out there in the market, if it's in that contract, you could make a piece of the licensing of all the product sales that happen in that particular intellectual property company. Right, so there's so many cool use cases. We've been building this and working on this technology, patenting this technology, getting ready for deploying what we call Star Stake. And Star Stake is the application that you'll go to. You'll be able to go there, check it out, browse around, say, wow, I want to stake this YouTuber, this musician, this song, this project, this business, this thing, that's all these great opportunities for you to not only see them and get access to the intellectual property yourself and use it or consume it or collect it, but for you to also be able to resell it. So if a song ends up becoming a platinum #1 or whatever, and you have the Infinity NFT of that, maybe it's a limited edition, maybe there's only 30 of them. If you have that and that becomes a platinum song or #1 song, guess what? You could turn around and sell that for a lot of money because it creates income. You're getting royalties from that song for a long time, depending on what the contract duration is, right? So it's not just about putting this picture online as an NFT and hoping it sells amongst the sea of other pictures, right? And hoping maybe it goes on and resells after that. But not only do you have the picture, but you have the royalties built into that contract. So what that picture does and down the line, you can get access to that and income. So the difference between an NFT and NFT, if it sells, right, that is the difference between having a dividend, right, a capital gains, I should say. So if you sell an NFT, that's a capital gain compared to an infinity NFT, which creates income from revenues. That is income revenue. It's different. So it's important to know that. But anyways, just wanted to have a chat with you. Hopefully this makes a little bit of sense. Again, an Infinity NFT is just an NFT with access to a staking contract to receive royalties. Okay, so you have a master NFT, and the Infinity NFT says how much of the master do you get and how much of the licensing revenues and royalties do you get off of that. And there's a bunch of other things that I won't go over and confuse you. But there is also a really cool feature that I want to mention. So part of an Infinity NFT, if you were to stake an Infinity NFT in a song or a YouTube channel or whatever it is, a piece of art, construction project, you can also get access tokens. So you can get access to perks depending on what that IP creator chooses. So maybe they say, okay, for $1,000 stake, I'll give you access to this, this, and this. And maybe they deliver you product. Maybe they give you access to their book or whatever it is. So there can be access tokens that are given alongside of that. And we see that with Gary Vee. He has his little sketches and it gives you access to dinner with him or event tickets or what have you. You can also get access to what we call collectible tokens. So when you purchase an INFT or you stake in an INFT, not only do you have the royalties contract with that and you have the intellectual property if that's part of the contract, but you also can get a meme token or a collectible token. For example, for my fiance, her name is Shang Belmonte. She can have her own Shang coin, which can be traded on the open market. And so for every $1 you spend staking her INFT, you can get a little Shang coin, and you can collect those. And as more people get them, the more valuable that becomes. And you can trade them on the open market, use them to buy stuff. And so just imagine, you could have like a J-Lo coin, you could have a Beyonce coin, you could have a New York Jets coin. If that existed, it could happen. It could, and I believe it will happen. But the cool thing is it's built right into the Infinity NFTs because you're already a fan anyway. So how cool would it be to get a collectible coin that is worth something? It only goes up in value, that you can trade with other people, and it could be worth more tomorrow than it is today. Right, their own currency. So you could have an A-Rod coin, you could have a LeBron coin, you could have anything. It doesn't matter. So that's all built into this thing. So we're looking to deploy this, the first version of Star Stake, here in October. That is our timeline. I can't wait for you all to see some of the great the first INFTs coming out. We've got a long list, a line of people waiting to get their first INFTs published. But I could not be more excited. So I kind of wanted to break it down. Hopefully I didn't confuse you. But I think this will help you understand the difference between a traditional non-fungible token and an infinity non-fungible token, and its kind of purpose in the world. So that's it. That's all I got, guys. We'll see you.
All right, guys. So this is really exciting stuff, right? Really exciting stuff, because this is really the dawn of a new financial market. When you realize how big this is, it starts to come together. You guys are among the first in the world to know about this. And guys, right now, NRGY is about $125. This is built upon the NRGY ecosystem. This is exclusive to the cryptocurrency NRGY, okay, NRGY. And of course, we also have NRGY, which is our transactional coin. I believe that that's going to increase in value too, in my opinion, because that's what's going to be used to stake these infinity NFTs. So it might be good to grab some NRGY as well. NRGY is about it's about 2/10 of a penny. Okay, it's a higher supply coin. There's 10 billion NRGY, and then NRGYs are really low supply coin. And what we do is we squeeze that supply of our low supply coin with our high supply coin as people use it to stake in Star Stake and all the infinity NFTs that are listed. Guys, the power of these is huge. I mean, you think of NFTs, YouTubers. I have a YouTuber I'm going to be introducing you to. Okay, he's actually my best friend from school. You're going to start hearing from him next week. And he has a YouTube channel. He already has a good amount of followers, but looks like he's getting ready to explode. And he has some great content, entertaining content. He actually worked several seasons with a very popular TV show. You think about a literal gold or a diamond or a ruby or a sapphire mine. They could have an infinity NFT on their mining process, and every time it mined minerals or it mined gold or silver or whatever it could be, it generated a royalty for the owners of that. So imagine all these different infinity NFT contracts, guys. This is really the dawn of a new financial market. What do you have? What's your opportunity right now? Well, your opportunity is go get NRGY and stake NRGY. Because if you stake at least 25, if you have at least 25 NRGY staked, you get to earn on the entire ecosystem. Now, you're still going to probably see infinity NFTs that you want to purchase individually as well and earn that additional royalties. But you get to earn on this entire ecosystem. So how does this all tie together? Well, I'm going to play just a really short, guys, these are just a few minutes long, videos that tie this together and how the NRGY ecosystem works and how you can stake NRGY right now as we speak and really participate in this truly, what I say, it's very similar to a decentralized bank that's owned by the community. So this, guys, explains NRGY to a T. Here we go.
I recently got on the front page of Forbes magazine as one of the top currency trader coaches in the world today. I've trained over 400,000 people to become successful currency traders.
Get the ad. Here we go.
How is wealth created? And I'm not talking about just making money. I'm talking about real life-changing wealth. Do you know how it's really created? It's created by the movement of money. Let's take a journey back in time.
There were a group of pioneers who wanted something different, to get an abundance out of life. So they got together and went out west. They encountered lots of hardships before settling where they wanted to build their community. And instead of just one person benefiting mostly, they decided to do things a little different. So the pioneers pooled their money together and essentially established a bank owned by these pioneers. New members started joining the community. They started businesses that were owned by anybody in the community who wanted to participate. Together, they developed these businesses to be profitable. A portion of these profits were shared back to the bank owned by the pioneers. More businesses popped up with community members working to develop each one and sharing in the profits of the business they developed. And while the bank, owned by the original pioneers, shared a piece of the profit generated from each business. New community members were given the option to buy into the bank owned by the original pioneers, and it became known as the Community Bank. Some of the new members decided to also own a piece of the community bank and paid what seemed like a high price. Other members remained stubborn and chose to only profit with the business they were working to develop. More businesses were developed, and the community bank became even more profitable. The stubborn community members who felt it was too expensive to buy into the community bank before were finally ready to buy in. But when they went back, they were shocked at how much the price went up. The community continued to grow, and more businesses were developed, while the community bank that shared in a piece of the profit from each business continued to grow fatter and fatter. Community members who owned a piece of the community bank reaped the rewards. The stubborn community members who didn't take action to stake their piece in the community bank earlier when they felt the price was too high were finally ready to purchase at the much higher price now. Finally, everyone was able to enjoy the fruits of the entire community, and the community prospered together, passing their wealth to generations to come.
But there's a problem. Over time, wealth has been diminished from generations by authorities who seek to control them. So today, a new community in cryptocurrency called NRGY has formed, a community poised to energize the world and create wealth for the very pioneers of today. Would you like to be a pioneer and create wealth for your family? NRGY is the cryptocurrency deployed to create wealth for the community members who choose to stake it. Decentralized businesses in many sectors are being developed by the NRGY community. These decentralized businesses are known as dApps, or decentralized applications. Would you like to earn cash flow from royalty payments? Community members who keep at least 25 NRGY staked can access royalty payments, which is paid as a cash flow to these members in the form of NRGY. This NRGY can be staked to earn additional NRGY or swap for Ethereum or USDC, US dollar coin, through the NRGY liquidity pool that acts much like a decentralized bank. Would you like to own an asset that not only generates cash flow for you, but also increases in value as the demand rises? As more and more profitable dApps are developed, the demand for NRGY becomes greater and greater. As the demand increases from people wanting to stake NRGY to earn royalty payments and from supply that is tied up when dApp products and services are consumed, the USDC in the NRGY liquidity pool increases, while the limited supply of NRGY is decreased. This causes the value of NRGY to rise. The supply of NRGY is extremely limited, while virtually an unlimited amount of USDC can be added to the liquidity pool. In this way, the NRGY liquidity pool acts similar to a decentralized bank owned by the community. As the demand for NRGY becomes greater and greater, the value could skyrocket. Would you like to also mint NRGY for yourself and for your family? In addition to accessing royalty payments, NRGY stakers get to earn more from the minting of NRGY. NRGY will mint for a period of 100 weeks from February 20th, 2021, which is approximately 2 years. While 25 NRGY needs to be staked to earn royalty payments from dApp revenues, any amount of NRGY can be staked to earn in the minting. Minting rewards are earned weekly and can be compounded back into staking. Simply put, the more NRGY you stake, the more NRGY you will earn from minting. The only question left is, are you ready to stake your claim in this new economy?
You've got the idea. GoDaddy has the domain to make it happen.
My name is Bryce Paul. I'm the co-host of the world's largest digital currency podcast with more than 7.5.
How much can you potentially earn from staking? Now, I want to be clear that the following example is purely hypothetical and is not to be construed as a guarantee. Community members who keep at least 25 NRGY staked can earn royalty payments from all the dApps built upon the NRGY platform. Keep in mind that not many people are able to stake 25 NRGY. Not necessarily because of the price, but because of the supply. NRGY is extremely limited in supply, which in turn limits the number of accounts that can have 25 NRGY staked. As of the filming of this video, the very first blockbuster dApps are under development, and there are only about 150 accounts with 25 or more NRGY staked. If these first dApps were to disperse an average of $100,000 per day in royalty payments to accounts with at least 25 NRGY staked, each account would receive over $650 in cash flow per day. This equates to almost a whopping $250,000 per year for each one. Of course, the number of accounts staking 25 NRGY is likely to increase over time, but so is the number of profitable dApps. The development of the NRGY community and decentralized businesses built upon the platform is constantly ongoing. As more and more profitable dApps are created upon the NRGY platform, the extremely limited supply of NRGY is squeezed more and more, causing the value to surge. How do you stake? NRGY can only be staked using Ethereum or USDC through the Community Builder dApp. The Community Builder is a highly effective way to grow the NRGY community. 75% of your purchase is used to stake NRGY, while 25% goes to community builders. By incentivizing the community, we are able to educate and grow our community much faster, which makes the NRGY you're staking and earning much more valuable. While you can purchase the coin directly from decentralized exchanges such as Uniswap and own 100% of your purchase, you are not able to multiply your coins like you can through staking, by earning royalty payments from dApp revenues and the minting of the coin. Once you stake NRGY, you also become a community builder yourself. A total of 25% is paid over 2 tiers. You earn 15% of the NRGY staked by the people you personally invite, and 10% of the NRGY staked by the people they invite, which is paid directly into your wallet. Since NRGY is not a company and owned exclusively by the community, 100% of the community builder fees go back to the community and are rewarded to those actively growing the community. You are not locked into staking for any time frame, and you can unstake and cash out your NRGY at any time. To prevent people from jumping in and out of staking, 7.5% of the coins unstaked are burned and permanently removed from the total supply of NRGY. This limits the supply of NRGY even more, making it more scarce and even more valuable. NRGY is setting an unmatched precedent to change the world for better. Are you ready to get energized? Are you ready to be a pioneer and stake NRGY?
All right, guys, so your opportunity right now is to be able to stake NRGY and also grow the community should you choose to grow the community. So how do you stake NRGY? Well, you're gonna get a link from whoever invited you, and they're gonna give you a community builder link. And I'm gonna share with you what that community builder link looks like. It's very easy to stake NRGY. What you're gonna need is you're gonna need a MetaMask account. And guys, by the way, the price of NRGY as we're speaking right now, the value of NRGY is $124. Okay, so if you want to stake 25 NRGY, now you don't have to necessarily stake 25 NRGY. Okay, you can stake any amount and you can earn in the minting of NRGY. Also, if you have at least 5 NRGY staked, you earn transactional rewards from NRGY, our transactional coin. But you can stake any amount. But if you have 25 energy staked, you get a share in the ecosystem of the entire energy community, the entire ecosystem of energy. To stake 25, of course, you need to stake 34. Why? Because 25% goes to community builders, 75% goes into staking. You stake 34 coins, it will give you 25.5 energy staked, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a MetaMask wallet. Somebody put that in chat, metamask.io, okay? You're gonna go to metamask.io, and I'm gonna show you how to stake. You're just going to connect your wallet. You're going to get a link, and it's going to be kind of this funky link, right? Why? Because it's on the IPFS. It's on the interplanetary file system, which is pretty cool. And you're going to take, once you get your MetaMask, you're going to put Ethereum or USDC in your MetaMask wallet, and you're going to go buy your energy. You can buy it with Ethereum, or you can toggle this over right here to USDC if you have USDC. It's really, really simple. So let's say you have Ethereum. You're going to connect your wallet. You're going to put in the amount of Ethereum. Of course, I don't have any Ethereum in this test wallet that I'm showing you with. But if I wanted to stake 1 Ethereum, it would tell me buy energy to stake, and your MetaMask would open. Of course, I don't have any Ethereum in here. You would confirm the gas fees. You want to make sure you leave yourself a little Ethereum left over so you can stake them. You will have gas fees when you stake them. But once you purchase the energy, your balance is going to show up here, and you're going to put that balance in this box right here. You're going to write that balance right here. You're going to click the stake button. MetaMask will open up, and you'll pay the gas fee. There'll be 3 gas fees. There's 2 of them that are to enter in the contract. They're usually about $5 to $10 each. And then you have your gas fee, and that can vary depending on how busy the Ethereum network is. But usually it's right around anywhere from 30 to 50 bucks would be a good price, you know, for gas for staking into a complex smart contract, which is what this is. So once you hit the stake button, your stats are going to show up right here. You're going to see all your rewards. By the way, the reward this week, guys, is really, really, really good. It's phenomenal. I think it's close to 10%. It might be a little bit less than that, but you know, it's close to that. So if you stake this week, you get in by the end of this weekend, you're going to earn immediately on what you have staked when this week closes out. You're going to earn a little less than 10% on the energy that you have staked. Okay, you got to get in though before the end of this weekend. Once you stake, you're going to get this link that's going to show up right here that you can copy. There'll be a copy button, and you can share that if you choose to grow the community. That's your choice. You don't have to grow the community, but if you choose to grow the community, you're rewarded. You get 15% of the energy staked by the people you invite, and 10% of the energy staked by the people they invite. Those people will show up right here. Those are your that amount will show up right here. That's your builder rewards. And you'll also see the people that you invite over your 2 tiers. Now, when they stake their energy, that's paid directly into your wallet. You don't have to request a withdrawal. You don't log in. You don't do any of that. It's paid directly via true smart contract technology right into your wallet, which is pretty sweet. So, you know, this is how you stake energy, and this is how we grow the community. Now, not everybody's going to know about this side of the business, especially when the Infinity NFT marketplace comes on. There's going to be a lot of people that are just staking those Infinity NFTs. But here's the beauty. All of that goes to grow the value of energy. So, you know, energy stakers are really, they're participating in the entire ecosystem, but they're also helping us grow the energy community as well. And that's the beauty of energy. So to summarize this, guys, you have a choice right now. You can get involved with energy, and your choice is you can either be crying tears of joy, or you can have tears of regret. But I really believe that the people who are involved in this project right now are going to be crying tears of joy in the coming weeks. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.